Christopher Lee grew up in the restaurant business and wasted no time in climbing toward the top after graduating from cooking school. He went to work for some of the country's top chefs.
After setting out on his own, the James Beard Foundation named him the Rising Star Chef of the Year and followed that with a nomination for Best Chef Mid-Atlantic. He's now the executive chef at one of the most iconic restaurants in Miami Beach, The Forge. Chef Christopher Lee, welcome to the dish.
Thank you very much.
And
it's great being here.
This is a great table, but my eye went straight to this.
It happens.
What is it?
It's a mac and cheese pot pie. It's one of our signature sides, actually, at the Forge.
So there is. I need to break through this pastry, and
there's mac and cheese.
Is it a truffle mac and cheese too?
Yes, it's black truffle. Wow. Today we actually brought a white truffle with us to garnish it to make it a little more fancy.
Well, you clearly didn't do turkey, so tell us what else we have on the table.
Well, I love turkey for Thanksgiving, and we grew up on it. But this is like an alternative look for Thanksgiving, where we did this beautiful beef tenderloin that we stuffed with lobster, surf and turf kind of in a way. We have the great, the black truffle mac and cheese pot pie. We have the caramelized blue cheese pearl onions right there, which is kind of like goes with this steak thing, but it's a classic dish. And then up front, we have the sweet potato gratin with the meringue, and we bruleed it a little bit. It's great.
Now, as I often do, I asked our production team yesterday what the beverage of the morning was going to be.
Straight for the drink.
Yeah, that's a little more subtle way of putting it. What they described, this sounded really interesting.
Yes,
what is in here?
Well, it's Maker's Mark with apple and ginger beer. It's one of our, Justin Moss, our mixologist at the restaurant, made this
wonderful sweetness to it.
Cocktail. It's delicious, actually.
So let's start off with how you got into cooking, because I love that it was through cooking shows, and one of the shows that I used to watch also.
Yeah, I always try to play sick and stay home and watch cooking shows. It's with great chefs, with Julia Childs, or Walk with Yang, or the Raging Cajun was always a fun one to watch too. But it's something I was always gravitated to, and it was fun. And then I started cooking.
You had your first job, in a bakery when you were like 13?
Yeah, that was, we shouldn't say that. No, but yes, definitely. It was fun. It was a local bakery. I was making basically just, muffins and rolls and serving coffee. But it was fun because it was the first time I actually worked with ovens and dealing with stuff like that. So.
How come you went to traditional college before culinary school?
My mother's an educator. She really, I wanted to make, we always want to please our mothers. So. Yeah. That was really the reason why.
Promise to mom, you got to honor that.
Yeah, you got to honor that.
But you ended up working in some pretty big places.
Yeah, I was blessed. I really wanted to, enhance my career by working for the best chefs. To learn from the best. So, one day hopefully I could go down that same route.
When I look at your background, though, it's interesting because it seems like there was obviously a lot of Chinese influence. There was some Ukrainian influence. How does all of that add to the work that you produce today?
Well, it was growing up. My father was, he's Chinese, and he cooked, great Chinese, beautiful Chinese food, authentic. My mom was, I have to say, she's a great cook too. But it was one of those things that it just, the love of food from culture. Just what I really loved, and then seeing it and being part of that, where, your grandfather made this recipe or your grandmother made this recipe, and you get to be part of that big picture. To me, that was something that really, I enjoyed.
The interesting thing to me is always when chefs they follow their love of food and then they end up in this business. Do you like the business as much as you like the cooking? You
have to love the business, because if you don't, you're not going to be a great chef. I think that's one of the things that young chefs these days don't realize. You got to be a super culinary talent and make great food. But if you can't understand the business side of it, you never will have a restaurant.
I want to hand you this dish and get your signature on it, and also tell you, you don't even need a knife to cut through that meat. It is that tender. As we get your signature on the dish, we want to ask you also if you could have this meal with any person, past or present, who would that person be?
I haven't cooked for my parents in a long time. I think I would probably enjoy it with them. It's been I've been moving around the country a lot, and I miss those family dinners. So I think I would enjoy that.
Always a solid pick. All right, Chef Christopher Lee, thank you so much.